Hello, dear ladies and gentlemen, my name is Daria, and today I will be a guide of the virtual excursion, which is called Eugene Onegin in Petersburg, and which is dedicated to one of the greatest Russian writers and poets, Alexander Pushkin, and especially to his probably the most wonderful and the most well-known poem, Eugene Onegin. So today we are going to look at the places that are mentioned in this marvelous book. For the first time, we face the image of St. Petersburg in the novel Eugene Onegin when Pushkin mentions the Summer Garden. It is the oldest and probably the most attractive garden of our city. The Summer Garden was laid out in 1704 by the order of Peter the Great near his summer residence and was decorated with numerous sculptures and fountains. Alexander Pushkin liked to walk in the Summer Garden too, at first with his uncle Vasily Lvovich and then on his own. Probably remembering such walks, Pushkin decided to send his hero Eugene Onegin to promenade in the Summer Garden. Just like the poet, at first Onegin walked there with his French teacher and later on his own. I would like to read a piece of the poem where this wonderful place is mentioned. Monsieur l'Abbé, the medico, reluctant to exhaust the boy, treated his lessons as a ploy. No moralizing from his choker, a mild rebuke was his worst mark, and then a stroll in Letny Park. We are in Nevsky Prospect 15. Straight ahead is an attractive pink building with white columns. In Pushkin's time, it housed the restaurant called Talon. It was one of the most fashionable and expensive restaurants in the capital, which is evidenced by the menu, described in Pushkin's poem Eugene Onegin. He is flown to Talon's, calculating that there his friend Kaverin's waiting. He arrives, the cock goes flying up, wine of the comet fills the cup, before him roast beef red and gory, and truffles which have ever been, youth's choice, the flower of French cuisine, and Pate Strasbourg's deathless glory, sits with the Limburg's vivacious cheese, and ananas, the gold of trees. The cook of the Talon restaurant was a Frenchman who created a special atmosphere there, which enabled visitors to feel as if they were in fashionable restaurants in London and Paris. As a representative of golden St. Petersburg youth, Onegin used to have breakfast in this restaurant. Pushkin, who belonged to the cream of the society, also enjoyed visiting the place and having a good time there. Unfortunately, the Talon restaurant has not been preserved, as its owner left for France in 1825. Thus, today, the building belongs to a five-star hotel. Our next stop is the Alexander Garden. It is named after Alexander II and is also known as the Admiralty Boulevard. It was designed in 1805 and was a traditional place for celebrations of Easter and Maslenitsa. In 1833, first statues appeared in the garden and a fountain was erected in 1879. It was an idea to decorate the garden with statues. Among them was the name of Alexander Pushkin, but unfortunately now there is no statue of him in this garden. In the poem, Eugene Onegin takes his hat and goes to the boulevard to admire amazing views. The conservatory was built in 1780 and designed by an architect, Thomas de Tomman. Alexander Pushkin really enjoyed going there and watching wonderful performances of different genres. He even mentioned in the poem his beloved belly dancer Istomina. Eugene Onegin used to visit this place too. There is a big stage in the theater, so several hundred of people can stand on it at once. The House of Laval, an architect Thomas de Tomman, was a wonderful palace with different feasts. A lot of balls were visited by Pushkin, as he was a brilliant dancer, so Eugene Onegin visited it too. This place was a part of the cultural and social life of St. Petersburg of the 20s of the 19th century, and now this place is a court. The House of Laval has one wonderful feature, as the main entrance, marked by two steps, is decorated with two granite lions.